Whitehall 1212.
This is Scotland Yard.
For the first time in history, Scotland Yard opens its official files to bring you the authentic, true stories of some of its most baffling cases.
These are the true stories, the plain, unvarnished facts, just as they occurred, reenacted for you by an all-British cast. Only the names of the participants have, for obvious reasons, been changed. The stories are presented with full cooperation of Scotland Yard.
Research on Whitehall 1212 comes from Percy Hoskins, chief crime reporter of the London Daily Express. The stories for radio are written and directed by Willis Cooper. Chief Superintendent John Davidson will brief you on this case, number 381397.
Good afternoon. This Gladstone bag is one of my exhibits in the Black Museum back there. A perfectly ordinary black Gladstone bag, vintage, I should say, of 1920. Now, it doesn't unlock any longer. The lock has been forced. But it can be opened. Now, you can guess for yourself what those stains are. You see, they're both on the lining of the bag and on this tennis racket cover, which has been in the bag since Easter weekend of 1924. And now, if you please, here is Inspector Rafe Sylvester, who I think would tell you how this bag came into our possession here at Scotland Yard's Black Museum.
I could supply the answer quite simply and quickly, sir.
Yeah, I know that one, old boy. The owner had no further use for it.
The owner had no further use for anything, sir, except the services of Pierpoint the hangman. Robert Emmett Dignam worked very hard at being a hail fellow well met. He was a dapper man, a persuasive talker, and thus an excellent salesman, despite the fact that he was only 5 feet 2 inches tall. Dignam's wife, Olivia, who worked as a contomaton operator at a salary of £3 a week, entertained certain suspicions of her husband, due largely to his undeniable attraction for other women, particularly tall women. She herself was an inch shorter than her husband, a scant 5'1" in height. One day when Robert Emmett Dignam had returned home to Kew from a weekend trip to Manchester, he'd said, in business, Olivia Dignam came across a cloakroom ticket from Waterloo Station in a pocket of the suit he had worn. She asked an old friend of hers, Herbert Chin, for advice. Chin, who had been a detective sergeant of the Metropolitan Police, took the ticket and went to the Waterloo Station cloakroom to see what was what. He was not a particular friend of Robert Emmett Dignam, and then he came to see me at Scotland Yard.
Oh, turned in the ticket, and the man handed me a bag, a black Gladstone bag.
It was locked.
Locked, yes. But I was able to pull the sides apart a bit.
So you could see what was in it?
Yes.
What was?
It was empty.
Mm-hmm.
Except for some pieces of silk, what looked like a tennis racket case and a large knife.
Well, that's an odd combination, I agree, but...
Well, I'll take my oath. They were all stained with blood.
Chin gave me the ticket, which he had got back when he returned the bag to the cloakroom shelves. I took it and went to see for myself. I took one of the pieces of silk and sent it to the laboratory to be tested. Back came the report. Human blood. I put 2 detectives on a 24 hours a day watch of the cloakroom. At 9 o'clock the next morning, they brought him in and left him in my office. I asked him his name.
Robert Emmett Dignam, Inspector. Named after the great Irish patriot, you know.
This your bag, Mr. Dignam?
Well, I paid for it.
Is it yours?
Yes, sir. I left it in...
You know what's in it?
Well, I'd love to know how it came to be here.
You left the ticket for it in a pocket of your green suit.
Oh. My beloved wife goes through my pockets.
She does, sir. At least she did in this instance.
She wants a thrashing, doesn't she?
I shouldn't let a constable catch you at it.
I shan't, thank her.
I asked you if you know what's in your bag, sir.
Nothing very important.
Shall we look? Will you unlock it? These things yours?
Well, that's my tennis racket case.
Your name is Dignam, you said?
Yes.
Initials on it are I.J.M.
Eh?
Not yours, are they?
I bought it from a friend several years ago.
These pieces of silk. And this knife. Cook's knife, big one.
I must have picked it up at the bungalow.
These stains, Mr. Dignam, can you explain them too?
Oh. Why, I'm very fond of dogs.
Dogs?
Yes, I was carrying some dog meat in the bag. Oh, odd place to carry it, I know. I had it all wrapped up in these bits of silk. That's where the stains came from, old boy.
What sort of meat was it?
Oh, the kind of meat, dog, beef or horse meat, perhaps. Oh, yeah, probably horse meat, I fancy.
That blood is from the meat.
Of course, I said...
It was human blood that caused those stains, Mr. Dignam. I should be glad to hear your explanation of that, sir.
Well, all I can say is that it was dog's meat.
What kind of dogs do you have, sir?
Oh, I haven't got any... I mean...
What do you find so amusing, sir?
All this is making me sound quite like a murderer, isn't it?
Mr. Dignam, I must detain you on suspicion of murder.
Look here.
And I warn you that anything you say will be taken down in writing and may be used in evidence. If you have anything to say now, I'll be glad to hear it.
Well, I'll have to think about that.
Mr. Dignam thought. He thought for a long time. Sitting in my office, staring out of the window at the rain. 10 minutes went by. I looked at him.
I've got to get some things straight in my mind.
Take your time, Mr. Dignam, I said. He sighed, asked for a drink of water, drank it thirstily, and returned to his staring out the window. Another 15 minutes went by. Speaking to me, Mr. Dignam, I asked.
I suppose you know all about this, don't you?
I've no intention of telling you what we know, Mr. Dignam. It's for you to tell us if you want to. You've been warned.
What?
That anything you say may be used in evidence.
Yes. Well, it isn't murder. What are you writing down?
What you just said.
Oh. Well, it isn't murder. I've been very foolish, perhaps. Write that down, too. I'll make a statement now. I've got it all straight, what to say.
When you are ready, Mr. Dignam.
I do not know who this fellow was, this man. I'd gone for a weekend's rest to the bungalow. I've been very exhausted. I worked very hard, you understand, and I felt the need for a rest. Alone, all by myself. To recuperate, to regain my strength. I didn't tell my wife or anyone where I was going. I wanted no interruptions, you understand, either business or domestic. Are you getting all that?
Yes.
I had come across this place in my travels. A capital place to be alone, I thought at once. To rest, to refresh myself, I thought at once. A genuine deserted cottage on the deserted seashore. I told no one about my plans. I took only just a few articles of clothing. And, of course, the tennis racket.
The tennis racket you refer to is the one that was in the case marked with the initials IJM.
That's the one. The one I bought from someone several years ago. I went to this place alone and settled down for the evening. About midnight, I was awakened from a sound sleep by a sound. Shall I go slower?
Thank you, I'm getting it all right.
A man, a tramp by his appearance, I have no clue whatever to his identity, burst into my room. He told me he wanted my money. I leaped out of bed, and seeing he was much larger than I, started to retreat. He seized an axe.
An axe?
It was used for chopping up firewood, and he threw it at me. He attacked me first. Got that?
Yes.
The axe rebounded from the wall, and the handle was broken. Then, despite the difference in our sizes, I grappled with him. He slipped and fell, his head striking the edge of a large coal scuttle alongside the fireplace. He did not get up. To my horror, I discovered he was dead. Have you got that?
Yes.
I'm afraid I lost my head. I carried the body into the other room. Then I think I fainted. When I recovered consciousness, I was horrified to find the body still on the couch where I had placed it. Then I made my greatest mistake. I was panicky. I thought I might be accused of murder. My first thought was to dispose of the body. Do you know what I did?
No.
I first tried to burn the body in the fireplace. The clothes caught on fire, but I grew more frightened. I put on my coat and I walked to Eastbourne, where I bought the large knife, the one in the bag. I came back, and then when I got back into the
I will
cottage,
spare you the rest of Robert Emmett Dignam's gruesome story, except for the curious commentary Herbert Chin, the friend of Mrs. Dignam's maid on the case.
The man was,
Dignam was concluding his statement when the telephone rang.
I'm a fool.
Excuse me. Inspector Sylvester here.
Herbert Chin here.
Oh, how do you do?
I take it you got him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I saw his wife. I told her it was his raincoat Dignam had left at the Waterloo cloakroom, but she won't be satisfied.
Oh?
Well, she's sure it's something to do with some woman he's been chasing. Has it turned out that way? I mean, is it permissible to ask you that?
Turns out quite different, it seems, Teller.
Well, she'll be glad to hear that. She keeps insisting this Manning girl is involved in it somehow. Oh, she'll be very glad.
What was that name?
Manning. Orange Josephine Manning, that's her full name, I believe.
I looked over at the initials on the tennis racket case in the black Gladstone bag. I.J.M. Irene Josephine Manning. So that was the name of the former owner. Was it also the name of... Go on, Mr. Dignam, I said. I didn't mention the name of Irene Josephine Manning to Dignam at this time. Rather, I sat and squirmed with impatience while he told me more details of the place where the alleged tramp had been accidentally killed. It was at a place called the Crumbles, a long stretch of shingle on Pevensey Bay near Eastbourne in East Sussex. Shingle, as you Americans perhaps do not know, is it's a kind of pebbly, rocky beach, very unpleasant underfoot. The Crumbles is as desolate a spot as can be found on the southeast coast. Windy and dreary, deserted by nearly all human life. The cottage where the tragedy had occurred, Dignam told me, bore the quaint name of the officer's house, part of a former Coast Guard station. And Dignam had rented it from a Mr. Saul Brainerd. When Dignam had finished his statement, he was tucked into a cell at Cannon Row Police Station, and I motored to Eastbourne to interview Mr. Brainerd.
I'm Brainerd, Inspector. What have I done now?
You've rented a house, Mr. Brainerd.
Well, I suppose it was a crime to charge 3.5 guineas a week for that place. Oh, I'll go along peacefully.
You did rent it to Mr. Dignam, then?
Dignam? I told me his name was Plunkett. Old Irish family, he said. Related to Lord Dunsany. Little bit of a chap.
Recognize him again, would you?
Oh, he's unmistakable. Cocky little beggar.
Paid up, of course.
Oh, for 2 more weeks. Well, that's why I haven't been around there. Said he liked privacy, and I'm no trespasser, though I am a landlord.
I wonder when you saw him last.
Well, I saw him and his wife come in. I was cycling by.
He didn't see you?
Well, I don't think so. He was up there on the road.
His wife?
Oh, great tall girl.
Sure it wasn't another man you saw?
Oh, great mop of blonde hair blowing in the wind. We've no long-haired men around here. Leave that for London. Besides, he did mention his wife to me when he rented the place, seems to me.
Well, when was that?
Oh, Saturday evening. Late afternoon, rather. Why, what's up?
Haven't seen him since? Or her?
Haven't been around. Said he was looking for privacy, as I said.
Yes, I expect he was.
A good place for it.
Yes. Would you come to London and see if you recognize him?
Isn't he here?
No.
I say, old chap, what's up?
Things. Would you?
Well, the fare to London...
Oh, the Home Office will pay it.
In that case, the answer's yes. Well, won't mind if I go round to my tailor's whilst I'm there, will you?
Not at all, if you'll come.
Say no more. I'm your man for a free trip to London. Oh, what else can I do for you? spot of whiskey? A cup of tea?
Thanks. Just let me use your keys to get in the place.
She'll let you in.
I doubt she's there.
Oh, I don't know if I should let you in, old boy, after all.
I've got a search warrant.
Oh, something is out there. What are you looking for? Proceeds of a bank robbery?
Well, hardly a robbery.
Oh, you won't talk, eh? Well, look, the big one here's for the front door. This one, oh, well, all the others are for various rooms. They're labeled, see? Sure you won't need any help then?
No, thanks. Like to go back to London with me today? We'll catch the up train at 4:30, shall we?
Oh, righty-ho.
Righty-ho. Well, thanks, old chap. I'll see you later. I walked over to the dismal little walled house. It had a dank look. I glanced over my shoulder. Brainerd was still watching me. I walked through the gate in the wall, and I couldn't see him any longer. Up to the house. The sound of the sea. The smell of the sea. And then another smell. I remembered the time the sergeant cook at Knotty Ash Rest Camp in Southampton had let a pork roast catch on fire and we went for our dinner. I felt like... Well, never mind. I unlocked the door and opened it. I walked in. There was the fireplace choked with ashes. There was coal scuttle. He said the tramp cracked his head on fatally. Tin. Crumpled tin. There was the axe. The axe, he said, had been thrown at him. The handle was broken. Exactly the way he said it was. Bloodstains, I thought they were on the floor. What's that? White thread. Looks like a long blonde hair. Huh. Let's keep that. What's in the other rooms? What's that? Leather heel. High heel of a woman's dark blue shoe. What's that? Bloodstain. And here, too. And the tramp died when he struck his head on the coal scuttle out there. Let's review it all again, I thought to myself. The broken axe handle. Check. The crumpled coal scuttle. Might be. I doubt it. The woman's high heel. Maybe. The woman, the wife that Brainerd saw. The knife, he said he bought it in Eastbourne. Who's that? Brainerd.
Did I interrupt you, Inspector? Come on, the London train's due in 20 minutes and we've just got time. I don't want to miss the free trip to the city, old man.
We caught the next train. Just caught it, as a matter of fact, because I had to stop at all the ironmonger shops in Eastbourne to inquire about a cook's knife. I deposited Brainerd at the West End Hotel and went home for a night's sleep. 7 o'clock the next morning. I called Alfred Ormerod, the Home Office pathologist at home. He was annoyed.
It better be important, Sylvester. I've got lather all over my face.
Well, take my word for it, Alfred.
But take your word for what, man?
It's important.
Well, go ahead. My face itches.
Can you tell the difference between a man's body and a woman's?
Are you daft?
When they've been destroyed by fire?
I repeat my question. Have you taken leave of your senses, Sylvester?
What's the answer?
No. Now, look, my face feels...
Will you come to the office at the yard at once, please?
I'll be there at 9:30. Not a second earlier.
But look...
I suggest that you go shave yourself, Inspector. I'll see you at 9:30. Good morning.
Well, that's that. Inspector Sylvester here.
Oh, Chin. Herbert Chin here, Sylvester. I've been trying to get you, but your telephone's been busy.
What do you want?
Well, look here, about this chap Dignam.
What about him?
Oh, you remember I mentioned that girl, that Irene Manning, to you yesterday? The girl he was chasing after?
Yes?
Well, look here, she's disappeared.
How do you know?
Well, her sister. Her sister, Jolie Manning, she's at Mrs. Dignam's home right now, screaming for Dignam's blood.
Oh?
She says her sister's been missing since Saturday afternoon, and she's certain she's gone away with Dignam.
Dignam's in Cannon Row Police Station.
Oh, but where's Irene Manning?
Is this sister with Mrs. Dignam now?
Yes.
Can you bring her to my office at Scotland Yard at once?
Well, I'll try.
I'll be there in less than half an hour. Goodbye.
But...
Now, where are my trousers? Oh. Yes? Inspector Sylvester here.
Cannon Row Police Station here, sir. Sorry to bother you this hour, sir, but
What's the matter?
this prisoner of yours, Dignam,
What's wrong with him?
he's been raising all kinds of canes. Says he wants to see you at once. Says it's extremely important.
Well, send him over to my office at the yard with a couple of men. I'll see him.
Is he dangerous, sir?
He is.
How soon do you want him, sir?
I'll be there in 20 minutes. I hope.
Thank you, sir. I'll be glad to get rid of him.
Goodbye. Now, if that thing rings just once more... But it didn't. I got to my office at New Scotland Yard, still adjusting my braces. I glanced at the clock. It was 5 minutes before 8. In the waiting room, Herbert Chin sat beside a tall blonde girl. I'll see you in a moment, I muttered, and went on into my office. There was Robert Emmett Dignam, flanked by 2 large constables. He jumped up when he saw me.
There you are at last.
Well...
Look here, I didn't murder anyone.
So you said, Mr. Dignam.
I mean, this tramp who attacked me with the axe fell and smashed his own head. That's all that happened.
And, you disposed the body, you said?
Well, I was confused. I was frightened. I didn't know what I was doing.
I'm sorry.
Well, you can't keep me in jail for that, you know.
I'm afraid I can't do anything for you, Mr. Dignam. That's a matter for the magistrate.
I'll get a writ of habeas corpus.
Do you have anything to add to your statement of yesterday, Mr. Dignam?
I told you everything. I've nothing to add.
Well, when you have, I'll be glad to take it down in writing. Until then, I'm sorry.
Listen to me, you. Now listen, I
take the little man away, Constable, please.
You're not going to hang me. You're not going to... Let me.
Herbert Chin came in with the tall blonde girl whom he introduced.
This is Miss Jolie Manning, Inspector.
Sit down, Miss Manning.
My sister's gone.
Do you have any idea where she is, Miss Manning?
Yes. That man Dignam murdered her.
What makes you think that?
Well, I really lent him money, and I know what he did with it. She thought he was speculating with it to make some more money for both of them. But he lost it on the races.
How do you know that, Miss Manning?
Irene was the one that found it out. I know all about it. He promised to desert his wife and marry her. And he told her they'd go to South America when she accused him of spending every penny she'd saved.
Well, that doesn't argue that he murdered her, Miss Manning.
Then where is she? Tell me where she is if he didn't kill her.
Now, Jolie, please.
You keep quiet. I know where she went with him last Saturday. He told her to come to Eastbourne with him.
Eastbourne?
Yes. He told her he'd give her the money there at his cottage. And, well, she told me about it. I told her she was a fool, but she wouldn't go, and he's murdered her. I tell you, he's robbed her of every penny she owned. And when she wasn't any more use to him, he took her away and murdered her. He murdered her. She told him she'd have him arrested and put in prison for the rest of his life for stealing her money, and he killed her. Oh, poor Irene.
He said he walked to the village and bought a knife after the tramp had died. The ironmonger in Eastbourne said a little man who was with a tall blonde woman had bought the heavy knife when they got off the train in Eastbourne. They laughed together about it, he said. He bought the knife before they went to the cottage, and they laughed together about it. Alfred Ormerod, the pathologist, you remember, came in at 9:30. He left on the 10:03 for Eastbourne with his murder kit, promising to telephone me. At 10:15, the landlord Brainerd came in.
I'm sorry I'm late, but I've just been to the bank.
Bank?
That thief Plunkett.
Plunkett? Oh, Dignam.
Oh, whatever his name is. I just got a check back from the bank stamped R.D. My wife sent it to me from Eastbourne. No funds, the bank says. I had him hanged.
I walked over to Cannon Row with Brainerd. He recognized Dignam at once as Plunkett, and the dapper little man was charged again, this time with obtaining money by false pretenses. He again pleaded with me.
Even if the man died, even if I did dispose of the body, Inspector, they can't do anything to me for murder. Even if I killed him, it's manslaughter, isn't it? Justifiable homicide. It's self-defense.
I'm sorry, Dignam. Perhaps Robert Emmett Dignam already felt the clammy touch of the hangman's hands on his neck. At 4 o'clock that afternoon, Alfred Ormerod telephoned me from Eastbourne.
Hello, Sylvester. I've been working all day here at the cottage. I've never seen such a diabolical thing.
To hang. When it was demonstrated in court that he had bought the knife before he enticed the girl to the cottage, they laughed over it together, the ironmonger said. When they fitted the axe into the wounds on what Alfred Ormerod proved was a young, blonde-haired girl's skull, when the whole sorry tale was told about his relations with Irene Manning and his fleecing of her money, then the jury said, guilty. And dapper little Robert Emmett Dignam was hanged.
You have just heard another in the series Whitehall 1212, compiled from the official files of Scotland Yard. The research is from Percy Hoskins of the London Daily Express. The stories for radio are written and directed by Willis Cooper. Three chimes mean good times on NBC.
Whitehall 1212.
This is Scotland Yard.
For the first time in history, Scotland Yard opens its official files to bring you the authentic, true stories of some of its most baffling cases.
These are the true stories, the plain, unvarnished facts just as they occurred, reenacted for you by an all-British cast. Only the names of the participants have, for obvious reasons, been changed. The stories are presented with the full cooperation of Scotland Yard.
Research on Whitehall 1212 comes from Percy Hoskins, chief crime reporter of the London Daily Express. The stories for radio are written and directed by Willis Cooper. Here is the man in charge of Scotland Yard's famous Black Museum, Chief Superintendent John Davidson, to brief you on case number 504 MR701.
Good afternoon. All the exhibits I have charge of here at the Black Museum are not in themselves horrible or gruesome. I admit several of the exhibits in this case, number 504-701, are so dreadful that we reserve them for the use and study of our own people exclusively. Policemen are notoriously a strong-stomached lot. But this one that I brought with me is not such a one. Look at it. It's a woman's earring. The pair couldn't have cost a great deal. Handmade, I think, by some village jeweler in France many years ago. Can you make out the design? Crudely carved representation of a left hand holding a heart and what seems to be a flower. The other one of the pair was similar, I'm told, by those who've seen it, except that it was a right hand. This is the only one left of a pair. Retired Chief Superintendent Cedric Pickard is a little older today than he was then. Hey, Cedric?
I was a brand new inspector then, John.
You still remember all the details of this case, though.
For 35 years, I've been trying to forget them, John. On the 31st of October, 1917, the Zeppelins raided London for the next to last time. About 8 o'clock on the morning of November the 2nd, some 32 hours after the air raid, I received a call from E Division of the Metropolitan Police in Bow Street. I hastened there at once. They had 4 things to show me. 1, a badly bloodstained sheet. 2, a large jute bag labeled Argentine La Plata Cold Storage. 3, a stout cord which had been tied round the bag. 4, torn bit of pasteboard on which was scrawled in pencil the words, Bloody Belgium. Most curiously misspelled. There was a civilian there, too, a squatty man with a cast in his left eye, wearing a remarkably dirty cap. He stood up when I looked at him.
I'm Sammy Elwood, sir. I found it. Them things I mean.
Oh, did you then?
Roadman, I am, sir. I work at Regent Square in Bloomsbury.
Where'd you find this?
In the central garden in the square, sir, behind the railing. I seen it when I first come to work this morning, sir, but I wanted to have my breakfast first, sir. Good thing I did, too, and then I untied the bag when I come back. I run for a policeman right away, sir.
Why'd you run for policeman?
The bag, sir. There was a lady in it.
The lady, rather the remains of lady, for she was lacking her head and hands, had been taken to the mortuary. Sam the roadman obviously knew nothing about it except what he discovered when he untied the bag marked cold storage. He went back to work, a faint green tinge still underlying the grime on his face and hands. I examined the evidence. The pasteboard on which was written Bloody Belgium, I hazarded, might indicate that someone who disliked Bloody Belgians had caused the death of this one. The bag, I decided, should go to the laboratory for examination. I looked for laundry marks on the bloodstained sheet. There was one down in one corner. I telephoned it into the Criminal Records Office and started for my office at New Scotland Yard. The telephone was ringing as I came in. Yes? Inspector Pickard here.
Sergeant Toland here, sir. We found out about that laundry mark, sir, the one you phoned in.
Good.
It belongs to a Mademoiselle Albertine de Rocher.
Belgian?
Don't know, sir. Address 50 Munster Square. That's over east of Regent's Park, sir.
That's very good, Sergeant. I'll run over there at once. Care to come along with me?
Why, if I can get permission to leave here, sir.
Get your hat. I'll take care of that. Accompanied by Sergeant Monty Toland, he was a much better man on a case than on a CRO telephone, and they knew it. I proceeded to Munster Square, and we were admitted to Mademoiselle de Rocher's 2-room flat by the landlady, an old Frenchwoman with a moustache.
Bed's all torn up.
Oh. Sheet seems to be missing.
No sheet here.
Look under the bed.
1, 2, 3 pairs of shoes.
No sheets under here. What are you looking at, sir?
Is that blood? There on the pillow.
Looks like it. And here, sir, on the blanket.
A lot of it. I wonder.
Sir, there's somebody at the door.
Landlady.
I can speak a sort of French, sir. Alors, madame, entrez.
Alors?
Come on in, the keyhole's drafty.
Pardon?
Come in.
Ask her if she knows where Mademoiselle de Rocher is.
Mademoiselle de Rocher...
She is gone.
She speaks English.
Oh, oui.
Where's she gone to?
Je comprends pas.
Où est-elle?
Oh,
She's gone since Saturday.
Saturday.
Oui, she go for to see her sister in Nottingham.
Nottingham.
Oui, Nottingham.
What's her sister's name?
Ça, je comprends pas.
Comment elle s'appelle la sœur?
Je sais pas.
She doesn't know, sir.
She go away to hide in the abri when the Boche come in the air raid. Underground, in the tubes, vous savez? Elle ne revient pas. Nottingham. Tout compris?
What time did she leave?
À quelle heure est-elle partie?
Presque minuit.
Near midnight.
Samedi.
Saturday, yes.
She didn't come back, huh?
No. Nottingham.
Nottingham.
Oui.
Ask her who might know her sister's name in Nottingham.
Madame...
Il le sait. Cet homme-là, là-bas.
What man, madame?
The man in the picture there?
Oui, ça c'est Langlois, son bon ami. Langlois, il sait.
It's Langlois, her sweetheart. He might know, she says.
Where is he?
Je sais pas. Chez lui.
Where is his home?
Hein? Oh, Charlotte Street, numéro 101. 101. Langlois, Étienne Pierre, Petite Boucherie. Rue Charlotte, numéro 101.
What'd she say?
She says his name's Langlois and he lives at 101 Charlotte Street.
I know that. What else did she say?
She says he has a small butcher shop there.
The butcher Langlois was not there in his combination living quarters and shop in the basement of 101 Charlotte Street when Toland and I arrived. The heavy door was strongly barred and locked. Toland spoke to an attractive Frenchwoman who seemed to be the charwoman. At least she was armed with broken pail, obviously recently used.
Pardon, mademoiselle, monsieur Langlois est-il ici?
Non, monsieur, il est en train de livrer ses viandes. Je ne sais pas quand il sera de retour.
Oh.
Non, vous ne pouvez pas entrer. J'ai tout enfermé quand j'ai fini de nettoyer. Quelle saleté. C'est que Langlois a égorgé un veau samedi soir. Oh, le sang était tout partout. À présent, il fait ses ventes. Je regrette, mais je ne sais pas quand il sera de retour.
What'd she say?
She says he's gone.
Oui, monsieur.
Who's she?
Je suis Françoise Grimard.
Mademoiselle Françoise Grimard.
C'est moi la fiancée d'Étienne Langlois.
What'd she say?
She's the sweetheart of Langlois, she says.
How many sweethearts has this fellow got?
Oh, I don't think we'd better ask her that, sir.
Mais qu'est-ce que vous dites, voyons?
What'd she say?
She wants to know what we're talking about.
Madam.
Mademoiselle.
You tell her, Toland.
Dommage que je l'ai raté. Je vous remercie, mademoiselle. Come on, sir. Au revoir, mademoiselle.
À la bonne heure, messieurs.
Goodbye, madam.
Mademoiselle.
Oh, quiet. Wonder how much she knows about this affair. Said she was Langlois' sweetheart, didn't she?
That isn't all she said, sir.
I gathered that.
Said Langlois had butchered a calf in there Saturday night.
She did?
That's why she had to clean up the place.
I hope she didn't clean it up too well.
Why, sir?
I'd like a sample of that blood.
I don't understand you, sir.
I want to see if it's really animal blood, my boy. I posted 2 detectives at the Charlotte Street location to keep a close but inconspicuous watch on the home butcher shop of Etienne Pierre Langlois to report the butcher's return. Toland and I went back to the Munster Square address where Albertine de Rocha had lived. The mustached landlady assured us she knew nothing more of the affairs of Mademoiselle de Rocha. She did, however, add that Monsieur Langlois had put in an appearance there after the de Rocha woman had left. Ask her when, Toland, I said.
Quel jour, madame?
Dimanche.
Sunday.
What did he want, madame?
He had food for the cat. Mademoiselle Durocher asked him to do so.
Was he alone?
Huh?
Était-il seul?
Oui.
How long was he here?
15 minutes, peut-être.
15 minutes.
I know. He fed the cat?
Comment?
The cat. Cat. Did he feed the cat? Eat.
No.
Why? That's what he was here for, wasn't it?
Le chat est perdu.
The cat's what?
Perdu. He is run away.
Well, what did he do with the cat food?
Oh, he take it away with him.
Why didn't he leave it here?
Je ne sais pas.
Was he here alone in this room all that time?
Oui.
Did he take anything from here when he left?
The food for the cat.
That all?
Je ne sais pas. I don't know.
You sure?
Monsieur, if he takes something from this flat, it is hers, not mine. Comprenez? I don't know. Aussi, he is her sweetheart, you say, n'est-ce pas? It is all right if he takes something. I don't know. Not my business.
A sheet seems to be missing from the bed.
I don't know. Je ne sais pas, absolument.
I see. Well, that's that.
Seems to be, sir.
Well, thank you, madam. Goodbye.
Goodbye, monsieur.
Oh, I knew there was something else I wanted to ask you.
Oui, monsieur.
Do you know a woman named, what's her name, Tolan?
Who, sir?
The woman who told us about Langlois.
Oh. Françoise Grimard.
Ah. Know her?
No, I have never heard of her.
Nowhere in all London is the art of thrusting one's nose into other people's business at lower ebb than in Soho, with its enormous foreign population. Our uncooperative landlady was a conspicuous practitioner of the ancient injunction, live and let live. As Tolan and I approached 101 Charlotte Street, half a mile away, Detective Sergeant John Mullins, one of the men I'd posted to watch the Langlois establishment, called to me.
Hey, Inspector.
Who's that? Oh, it's you, Mullins.
Yes, sir. Been looking for you, sir. You went to your office at the yard and I...
What's up?
He's come back, sir.
Langlois?
Must be him, sir. He looks like a bloody butcher. And he came up and unlocked the door of the place and went inside.
He's still there?
Must be. We haven't seen him come out.
Good.
The woman came up and knocked at the door, sir, about 10 minutes ago and was admitted by him.
Young?
Well, not so young, Sergeant, but very handsome, I'd say.
What'd she say?
We couldn't hear, sir, but she's there now. At least she hasn't come out either.
She's telling him all about the two policemen who were asking questions about him this morning. I'll take my oath.
He was there. So was Mademoiselle Françoise Grimard. They had been sharing a bottle of villainous-looking vin rouge. The kind French soldiers call...
Pinard.
Pinard, that's right. It is said to dissolve the teeth if taken in quantity by an amateur. Neither Langlois nor Mademoiselle Grimard were amateurs, apparently. They looked at us a trifle owlishly, however. We gratefully declined a drink. Langlois swilled Pinard.
What do you want, policeman?
Prends garde, Etienne.
What'd she say?
Be careful what you say, sir.
What?
That's what she said, sir.
Oh.
What do you want?
We'd like to ask you a few questions, Monsieur Langlois.
Ask them. I do not guarantee to answer.
Qu'est-ce que tu dis, Etienne?
Je dis que je ne promets rien.
Mademoiselle Grimard told her that she'd cleaned your place out.
He did not clean it well enough, I'm afraid.
Oh, fiche-moi le camp.
It is still dirty, Françoise.
Si au moins tu faisais plus attention quand tu égorges tes bêtes.
What did she say?
She says I should be more careful when I butcher. C'est vrai, Françoise.
You do your butchering in here?
Sometimes, monsieur.
Mais écoute.
Tais-toi, Françoise.
This blood on the walls here, on the floor. It's animal blood, then?
From the calf I slaughtered.
Would you mind if I take a small sample of it?
Qu'est-ce qu'il dit?
Il veut du sang.
Pourquoi pas?
Yeah, why not, monsieur? You will find it is calf's blood. N'est-ce pas, Françoise?
Bien sûr.
Allons, monsieur, take what you like.
If you please, Tolan.
Yes, sir.
Just scrape some of those stains in. Here, take this envelope.
Yes, sir.
Label it. Thank you. Now, if you'll open the door and hand it to Mullins, ask him to hurry it back. If you don't mind, Monsieur Langlois.
I don't mind.
Yes, sir.
He's to take it to Sidney Belloc in the laboratory and have him tested at once. To see if it is animal blood.
It is, monsieur.
And rush me a report here at once. I'll wait.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Monsieur Langlois.
Is that all you wish, monsieur?
I should like to ask another question or two, if I may.
Allons, monsieur?
Prends garde, Etienne.
Let me alone. Monsieur.
Now, you are not required to answer this question, Monsieur Langlois.
I know that. Ask it.
You, knew Mademoiselle Albertine Durocher, did you
Albertine
not?
Durocher, la vache, cette salope.
Mais Françoise.
Oh, Albertine Durocher, alors oui, la connaissez, moi aussi.
Mais tu te taire.
Elle qui voulait m'enlever Étienne, cette cochonne de la rue.
Je gifle, Françoise.
Oh, elle ne reviendra plus ici, celle-là.
Françoise, tais-toi.
Oh, essaye. Elle reviendra plus jamais
Françoise,
ici.
tais-toi. Ferme ta gueule.
Eh oui, il la connaissait. Moi aussi.
Tais-toi, François.
Elle nous tracassera plus jamais, celle-là.
I take it the lady did know her.
She certainly did, sir.
What did she say?
Well...
Albertine Durocher.
Now, excuse me, monsieur. I think it is better you go from here.
Monsieur Langlois, I have several more questions I would
I'm
like...
sorry, monsieur. I will not answer them.
Well, you don't have to, of course.
I am sure that you will see that the matter of Mademoiselle Albertine Durocher is a very painful one for Mademoiselle Guillemard and myself. François.
Oh, alors.
Alors, tais-toi, François.
Oh, Albertine Durocher.
No, monsieur. I have answered enough. I know the British law, too, monsieur. You may not enter my dwelling without a warrant if I wish you not to. Nor must I answer questions unless I so choose. You have no warrant. I choose not to answer any more of your questions. I ask you to go away from my house.
Aha.
The door, monsieur.
Oh, attends, espèce de crétin.
A thwarted policeman is a sorry sight. We shambled down Charlotte Street in the general direction of Scotland Yard, and the small measure of self-respect we'd attained in our retreat to its sheltering walls was quickly stripped from us by Sergeant Mullins, who met us on the stairway to my office.
I was just starting out to find you, sir.
Yes, Sergeant?
That sample of blood you sent me back with, sir.
Yes?
Laboratory says it's animal blood, sir, not human at all.
Toland and I went home. But a night of even troubled sleep helps. I found obtaining a search warrant not too difficult, and armed with it, Toland, Mullins, and I returned to Charlotte Street. Langlois greeted us with a tolerant smile, I think you'd call it, if you were a novelist.
It was the blood of an animal, was it not, Inspector?
Yes, it was, Monsieur Langlois.
You see. I did not lie to you, n'est-ce pas?
I have brought a search warrant.
Eh bien.
Is there any other room or building on these premises which you use for slaughtering? May well tell me. We shall find it anyway.
There is a small shed.
Out this door, monsieur.
But I have not used it for many months.
Out this door, monsieur.
Wait.
Go ahead, Mullins. You know what you're looking for.
Right, sir.
Is there a basement here?
It is used for storage.
We'll have a look at it later. Toland.
Yes, sir.
Have a good look round the other rooms first, Toland.
Yes, sir.
Monsieur, I assure you...
Oh, on second thought, Toland, just run round to Munster Square, will you?
Is that not where the Mademoiselle Durocher lives, monsieur?
Just run round there, will you, and see what Tom Bennett's found out.
Yes, sir.
If his report isn't ready, wait for it. And come back here at once.
Right, sir.
May I ask,
There's a pathologist over there with some portable laboratory equipment, monsieur.
Mais je ne comprends pas.
He's over there looking at some blood stains. Now, if you don't mind, I'll start in this room. Is this an abattoir too, monsieur?
It is my kitchen.
It was a most dingy kitchen. A most filthy kitchen. I inspected it carefully. Greasy saucepans, well-scrubbed butcher's knives, Moldy pails of rubbish, stinking half-empty tins of decayed food, and under the ancient sink a pile of stained linen. The third item I picked up was a blood-stained towel. Animal blood, too, I asked Langlois. He didn't reply. And then something fell out of the folds of the towel onto the floor. I picked it up. What's this, I asked.
It is an earring. It belongs to Françoise, to Mademoiselle Grimard.
An earring, I said, and dropped it into my pocket. Just ask her about that.
I will give it to her, monsieur.
Thank you. I'll just ask her to identify it when she comes in. Where is she, by the way?
Oh, I don't know.
We'll find her. Did you say this is animal blood on this towel, monsieur?
The calf which I slaughtered.
Dear me, how did an earring ever get in here?
She lost it.
Saturday night? Whilst you were slaughtering the animal?
Monsieur.
Who's that?
Me, sir. Sergeant Mullins.
Oh, come in, Mullins. Did you find anything?
These bags, sir.
Jute bags. What's it say on them? You read it, Langlois.
Argentine, La Plata, cold storage. I have dozens of them.
Curious. The same kind of sack the body was in. Well, let's keep them, Mullins. Now, who's that?
Oh, here you are, sir. Bennett says the stains are animal blood, so he's certain.
I wonder how animal blood got in Mademoiselle de Roche's room. I wonder.
Monsieur, I must speak to you.
Eh? Very well. Tolan, you and Mullins go down to the cellar and see what you can find. Got a torch?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Go along. Come, monsieur.
Wait, monsieur. There's nothing down there.
Get along.
Monsieur, I confess.
Go on.
I did not kill her.
Oh?
I went to feed the cat. I found her dead in her room. She had been attacked. Oh, the blood.
I'm reliably informed that is animal blood, monsieur.
I was frightened. The concierge, the landlady, she knew I was there. I might be accused of murder.
It is possible.
I brought the body back here. That blood out there in the kitchen, that is human blood. Her blood. I put her in the sack, but I did not kill her. I did not, I tell you. And in the night, I got my horse and trap, and I drove to Regent Square with the body, and...
What did you do with the hand and the head?
We found the head, sir.
Oh, no!
It's in a cask downstairs, sir, with the hands. Can't identify it, sir, but there's an earring in one ear. The other's been torn out. If we can find it...
Who's that now? Come in. Good morning, Mademoiselle Grimard.
Qu'est-ce qui se passe ici? Et vous? On vous a mis à la porte hier. Et tiens, réponse, si veux-tu.
Mademoiselle, do you recognize this earring?
Oh, c'est à elle. C'est celui qui s'est accroché au torchon.
What'd you say?
She says it's the one that got caught in the towel, sir. Why, it's the same as the one down in the cellar, sir.
On l'a trouvé. Ils ont découvert sa tête.
She says they found it. They found the head.
Albertine. Oh, c'est lui qui l'a tué. Arrêtez-le.
Assassin, she is the one. No, she murdered Albertine. My love, mon amour, mon père.
Stop. Dolan. So she'll understand it.
Huh?
Etienne Langlois, I arrest you on a charge of willful murder.
Françoise Grimard.
I arrest you for the willful murder of Albertine de Roche. I warn you that anything you say will be taken down in writing and may be used in evidence. Come along, both of you. At the trial at Old Bailey, it was proved that Albertine de Roche, instead of going to the air raid shelter when the alarm was given, had instead gone to the home of her lover, Langlois, who was entertaining Françoise Grimard. A quarrel ensued, and the de Roche woman was struck on the head and killed. We found the murder weapon, a cleaver owned by Langlois. The only fingerprints on it were those of Francoise Grimard. Langlois had gone to the dead woman's flat in Munster Square the next night with a container of animal blood in an attempt to make good his hastily conceived story. Then, realizing he must do better than that, he resorted to the practice of his profession. His handwriting matched the bloody Belgium written on the pasteboard with the body. It was a joke, he said, to foil people. It didn't. Etienne Langlois and Francoise Grimard were hanged at Wandsworth Prison in May 1918.
You have heard another in the series Whitehall 1212, compiled from the official files of Scotland Yard. Research is from Percy Hoskins of the London Daily Express. Whitehall 1212 will not be heard next Sunday, giving way to a special broadcast of the Masters Open Golf Tournament from Augusta, Georgia. But we shall return to you at this time 2 weeks from today. Among those heard in this reenactment of a celebrated case were Horace Brame, Harvey Hayes, Lester Fletcher, Evan Thomas, John Durrett, Patricia Courtley, and Elizabeth Eustace. The stories for radio on Whitehall 1212 are written and directed by Willis Cooper. 3 chimes mean good times on NBC. This evening, The Big Show stars Judy Canova, Fred Allen, Jan Murray, Vivian Blaine, Portland Hoffa, Johnny Johnston, and your glamorous hostess, Tallulah Bankhead, with Meredith Wilson directing The Big Show Orchestra and Chorus. Then, later this evening, Theater Guild on the Air co-stars Lily Palmer and Rex Harrison. Then, tomorrow afternoon and every weekday afternoon, be sure to hear the new dramatic series, The Doctor's Wife. Yes, morning, noon, and night. For the best in radio entertainment, stay tuned to NBC. Remember, tonight, Theater Guild stars Rex Harrison and Lily Palmer on NBC.
Whitehall 1212.
This is Scotland Yard.
For the first time in history, Scotland Yard opens its official files to bring you the authentic, true stories of some of its most baffling cases.
These are the true stories, the plain, unvarnished facts, just as they occurred, reenacted for you by an all-British cast. Only the names of the participants have for obvious reasons been changed. The stories are presented with the full cooperation of Scotland Yard.
Research on Whitehall 1212 comes from Percy Hoskins, chief crime reporter of the London Daily Express. The stories for radio are written and directed by Willis Cooper. Here is Chief Superintendent John Davidson, custodian of the famous Black Museum of Scotland Yard.
Good afternoon. This exhibit from the files of the Black Museum is labeled 50MR242, which is the file number of the case you are here about. You'll note that it is not a very good wedding ring. That is, it is of intrinsically poor quality. The base metal of which it was made shows through the shabby, worn covering of gold wash with which it was once adorned. Base metal, yes, as base as the purpose for which the ring was purchased for 6 shillings. As false as the promises of the bridegroom who bought it and took it back again after it had served its purpose. I hope you'll pardon my sentimentality. A policeman is generally not entitled to that luxury. I ask you to judge for yourself. Inspector Stephen Rockheed, who was Scotland Yard's principal representative in this case, shares my feelings, I think.
Your feelings seem to have been shared by a great many persons who participated in this case, John. Witness Mr. Justice Brewster and what he didn't say at the trial.
I'm afraid I don't remember, Stephen.
He omitted the phrase, "May the Lord have mercy on your soul," when he sentenced Stanley Brown to death. 50-242 began for me with what, if it happened in a drama for the wireless, would be described as an incredible coincidence. A letter had been passed to my desk. It had been addressed to Criminal Investigation Department, New Scotland Yard. A letter from a man named Crittenden, living at Aston Clinton in Buckinghamshire. The CID receives dozens of letters of its type daily, and it is our generally tiresome duty to read them all. Whilst I was glancing over it, a visitor was announced. Before he sat down, he laid a 3-days-old copy of the Morning Telegraph on my desk.
You're Inspector Rockheed?
Yes.
My name's Ramsey, Norman Ramsey, formerly of Blackpool, now resident in Shepherd's Bush.
Yes.
I've been carrying this paper around for 3 days.
Why?
This article here, sir.
This one?
Here.
Highgate tragedy. Bride drowns in bath.
That's the one.
What about it, Mr. Ramsey?
I've come here because I was a witness to a very similar case 2 years ago.
Where, sir?
In Blackpool, where I formerly lived. A bride drowned in her bath just 2 days after her wedding.
What was her name?
Brown.
I see. Well, Mr. Ramsey, you are to be commended for bringing this to our attention. That was your husband's name, I assume.
Stanley Brown was his name.
What happened to him, do you remember?
I don't know. He went away the day his wife was buried. In rather a hurry, I thought.
Are you making an accusation, Mr. Ramsey?
I must admit I didn't like the fellow.
Are you making an accusation?
I am telling you what I know about an extraordinary coincidence, sir.
Excuse me. Did you know the wife's maiden name?
I believe it was Crittenden.
Crittenden?
No, that's right, yes, I'm sure.
Alicia Crittenden.
Oh, you've heard of the case?
Do you remember how the late Mrs. Stanley Brown, the former Alicia Crittenden, was buried, sir?
I most certainly do. It was the most shocking thing I'd ever heard of. She was buried in a common grave.
With 3 other deceased persons in the cheapest part of the graveyard.
How do you know that?
Because I have a letter here in this morning's post from her father, relating the same facts you've just told me, and considerably more besides. You speak of a coincidence, Mr. Ramsey.
Well, this is amazing.
It's more than that, sir. I'm afraid I shall have to ask you a few more questions. We talked for 2 hours. Mr. Ramsey remembered a great many things about the death of the bride in her bath at Blackpool. He remembered a representative of an insurance firm who'd asked him his opinion of Alicia Crittenden Brown as a potential risk for life insurance. He recalled having been asked to witness 2 newly drawn wills, one of the husband and one of the wife, in which each left the other everything. He recalled the circumstances of the fatal bath.
But they had 2 small rooms on the first floor in this house. It was a sort of private lodging house, you see. Extremely charming people owned it, Mr. and Mrs. Ralston. I've heard that they've gone to America. Well, I remember the circumstances quite well indeed. The bathroom was just above the kitchen where the rest of us were sitting this particular Saturday night.
Do you remember exactly when it was?
Early in March, if I remember correctly. She was upstairs. I remember his saying to her, "Now mind, don't get the bath too hot. Remember your seizures."
Her what?
Seizures. She had epilepsy, I believe. Well, then it was very quiet on the floor above us, and at last Brown said he was a bit worried about her and went up. Came back almost at once and said, "Oh, she's all right," or something like that. Sat down and played the piano for a while. Then he went upstairs again, and I heard him calling out that she had drowned. The doctor came, and that was the whole thing.
And you have certain suspicions?
Not enough to go to the police. Before, I mean.
You obviously have now.
Did you notice the name of the husband of the bride who was drowned in the bath at Highgate?
Why, I...
Look at the paper here.
Stanley. J. Stanley.
Stanley Brown's full name was James Stanley Brown.
Well, Mr...
I'm sure you understand, Inspector, that I realize I may be doing the man a dreadful injustice. He He may, so far as I know, be the victim of... Well,
coincidence, eh?
Well, yes, put it that way, if you like. I shall never forgive myself if I've stirred up suspicion of an innocent man, but...
You'd recognize him if you saw him?
Of course. Never forget him. Tall, heavy man with a long face like a horse, perfectly bald head, and the most extraordinary eyes I've ever seen. Absolutely dead eyes. Like some primordial monster from the slime of an ancient sea.
Are you a poet, Mr. Ramsey?
I'm sorry. He is rather fishy looking. Yes, of course I'd recognize J. Stanley Brown.
Excuse me. Will you put me through to the police at Highgate, please? Right. Ring me when you get them. I should like to ask you to come up to Highgate with me. Could you come this afternoon?
Oh, this afternoon? Well, let me see.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Inspector Rockheed speaking, Scotland Yard. Oh, yes. Hello, is that you, Richard? Oh, I wanted to talk to Chief Inspector Richard Yarber at Highgate. Right. Oh, there you are, Richard. Stephen Rockheed here. Oh, fine, thank you. How are you? The young woman who died in her bath, when was it? The day before yesterday? Right. Mrs. Stanley. I'd like to have a look at her husband, Richard. Where would I find him? I mean, does he live at... What?
What's the matter,
really?
Sir?
Can't hear you, boy. Oh, when? What? Interesting. The same day she was buried, eh?
What, sir? Shh. I'm very sorry.
That's very interesting. How long had they been married? Says recently married in the paper here. 3 days.
It's Brown, I know it. Sorry, sir.
Well, yes, I would rather like to talk with him. I think we'd better pass the word to have him picked up.
Is he gone?
If you please, Mr. Ramsey.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to...
What's he look like? Half a tick. Where's my pencil?
Right here.
Now, go ahead. Tall, about 14 stone. Big chap, isn't he? What kind of extraordinary eyes?
Well, that's him.
Like an insane what? What? Thin and heavy? You do turn a phrase, Richard. Excuse me, what are you saying?
Bald-headed. Ask him if he's bald-headed.
Yes, bald-headed chap, is he? Oh, curly black hair.
Well, that's not him. It can't be.
Will you please be quiet, Mr. Ramsey?
Well, he was perfectly...
Sorry, Richard. Yes, thanks. Give our people here at the yard the fullest description you have, and thank you very much indeed. No, I'm not sure, but the circumstances of his wife's funeral do interest me. I'm very curious. Thank you.
Is he gone, sir?
He's gone, yes. And where do you suppose his bride is?
Why, you said she was buried.
She is buried in a common grave with 4 other miscellaneous corpses, just like the other bride of 3 days who died in her bath. Mr. J. Stanley of Highgate, who bore certain resemblances to Mr. James Stanley Brown of Blackpool, was not to be found. The attending physician at Highgate, who'd signed the death certificate for the drowned bride, told us that she had visited him the afternoon of the fatal bath. He had given her some powders for what she described as a migraine headache, which was sometimes, she said, so severe that she had fainted from the pain. The powders had not been unsealed when the body was found, although the husband had told him that his bride had complained of a nagging headache immediately before her bath. You certified her death, of course, as from natural causes, I asked the doctor.
I did, sir. I was convinced at the time, and still am, that a sudden twinge of pain caused her to faint. She slipped down in the bath until her head was under water, and she drowned before aid could reach her. She was naturally alone in the bathroom, sir.
Do you recall anything that her husband said at the time, sir?
Well, the man was all but prostrated. He kept repeating that if he'd only insisted she take some of the medicine I had given her, she'd still be alive.
Would she have been?
In effect, I so certified, Inspector.
A post-mortem might have...
I saw no need there, nor do I now of a post-mortem. If I may venture an opinion, I think you're being needlessly officious, sir.
I'm sorry, Doctor.
Reply by Mr. Francis Harrington, insurance broker of Highgate, to an inquiry by Inspector Rockheed of Scotland Yard.
No, I did not pay the amount of the insurance to Mr. J. Stanley. Mrs. Stanley was insured in the amount of £1,000 sterling. Yes, he called me early on the following Monday morning with a copy of the death certificate, but, there are certain formalities, with the Home Office, and I was unable to give him a cheque. Yes, he was very annoyed. No, I did not think it unusual. I found that people are quite unpredictable in matters relating to life insurance. Yes. Yes, he said he would be away for some time. He said he would notify me of his address and I could send the check there. He notified me today and I've already sent him the company's check for £1,000 sterling. Yes. I think I can give it to you, yes. It's 8 Rotherhithe Crescent, Southend. You're quite welcome, sir.
An inquiry at 8 Rotherhithe Crescent, Southend, disclosed the fact that this was an accommodation address. Stanley had picked up his check, cancelled his arrangements for receiving mail, and gone away from there, leaving no forwarding address. I was having a plate of cold roast beef with John Davidson, the Black Museum man. He was a superintendent then. In the course of our meal, I told him the sequence of events. John finished his roast beef in silence. What do you think, John? I asked.
A little too well done for me, I'm afraid.
What?
I like my roast beef rare. Wasn't that what you were talking about?
You know quite well I wasn't, John.
Say, pass those pickles if you're not going to eat them, will you?
Mm-hmm. Well?
Excellent pickles. Why, if you're asking about the story of the brides in the bath, Stephen...
I am.
Well, I'm forcefully reminded of a biblical quotation. The wicked flee when no man pursueth. That's Proverbs 28, first verse.
We're pursuing this fella.
Yeah, but he doesn't know it. As far as he knows, no man is pursuing him.
Yes, but he...
And he's obviously fleeing. Therefore, he must be wicked. QED.
On the face of things, these two deaths are coincidences, John.
Well, it's quite possible.
We don't even know it's the same man. Bald-headed men don't suddenly grow curly black hair.
Well, sometimes they wear wigs.
Yeah, I'd thought of that. Have to find him to prove it.
Say, any more beer in that jug? Thank you. No, I don't think you're going about finding him in the right way, Stephen.
Do you have any suggestion, then?
Say, no more of that beer, I suppose. That's a pity. Why, I think if I were doing it, I'd take my cue from that proverb I just quoted.
Well?
I'd give the wicked something to flee from. He just might flee right into your arms.
Perhaps you'll tell me how to do that one.
Of course. Well, I'd dig up those girls' bodies and let Henry Bernard, the pathologist, have a look at them. Can't say I envy him. One of them's been dead a year or more, hasn't she?
2 years.
Poor Henry. Well, at least he could tell you whether the chap's really wicked or not. If he is, then cry havoc and let slip the dogs of war. And Julius Caesar, Act 3, Scene 1.
After a series of annoying explanations on my part, I succeeded in obtaining the necessary permission to exhume the bodies of Alicia Crittenden Brown at Blackpool and of the late Mrs. J. Stanley at Highgate. Henry Bernard, the long-suffering pathologist, was assigned to perform the post-mortems on both bodies. Accordingly, he proceeded first to Blackpool in Lancashire for the first of the examinations. I waited impatiently. 2 days later, I received a telephone call from that well-known watering place. It was, of course, Bernard.
Henry Bernard here, Rocky. Well, I'm finished. It's, of course, impossible to say at this late date whether the woman was really a sufferer from epilepsy. I told you that before I came up here. What? No, there's no evidence of any organic disease. No, she wasn't poisoned. No, there's no indication whatever of any wound of any kind on the body. Lacking any other evidence, I can assure you there is none. We must accept the fact that she drowned as a result of an epileptic seizure. No, there can be no more to add.
Excuse me, there's
I am,
somebody at the door.
however, conferring this evening with the doctor who signed the death certificate.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes,
you
what
were
do
on
you
the
want?
telephone and
I'm
Water
talking
Street
on the...
police station just telephoned you. They waited, but then they said they wouldn't wait any longer. And pleased to give you the message at once, as it is extremely important.
Well, spit it out. What do they want?
It was Inspector Wogan, sir. He said to tell you that there's a lady complaining to them that her husband is threatening to kill her.
Now, look here, Constable. I'm in no mood to be bothered with details that can be handled by... Tell them to do their own work. I'm busy. Of all the... Hello, Bernard. Hello, are you there? Hello. Oh, he's hung up, damn it. Now, look here.
Well, they said you'd be most interested when you hear the lady's name, sir.
Well, what is her name, then?
Mrs. J. Stanley Brown, sir.
I hurried at once to Wardour Street, where Mrs. Marigold Brown, the alleged wife of the vanishing J. Stanley Brown, had come to report the threat in her life. She was a tall, angular woman, singularly unattractive, wearing a shapeless grey tweed coat and a series of large aluminium bracelets which clanked. She sat stiffly in an uncomfortable chair and answered my questions quietly.
Yes. We've been married for 11 years, Stanley and I.
You could, of course, produce your marriage certificate, Mrs. Brown.
I have it at home.
Mr. Brown and you live together?
He's away a great deal. I'm alone for several months at a time.
Where does he go?
His business takes him to various parts of the country.
What is his business, Mrs. Brown?
I'm afraid I don't know.
Does he...
He doesn't give me much money. When he's away, I generally go into service. I'm considered quite a good housemaid.
Do you know what your husband does when he's away from home?
I think he deals in second-hand goods in various places.
Do you hear from him when he's away?
He sends me picture postcards.
From where, for example?
Portsmouth, Bristol, various places, Blackpool.
Where?
Blackpool. That was a long time ago. 2 years. He doesn't tell me his business.
This is the first time he's threatened your life?
I've been a good wife to him all these years.
Would you answer my question, please, Mrs. Brown?
Well, he said things in the heat of the moment. Not threatened me, but he said he wished he was well rid of me.
And this time?
He meant it. I could tell from his face that he meant it. I could tell by the way he shouted. And he laid hands on me, too.
Your eye?
Yes.
What was the occasion for this?
I don't ask Stanley for money very often. But this time I knew he had some money. He'd been drinking when he came back from Highgate.
Highgate, you say?
Yes. When I asked him if I could let me have £2 for a new dress and coat, he flew into a rage. He'd been drinking, I said. And he flew at me and broke my glasses and threatened my life.
Just what did he say to you, Mrs. Brown?
He said he'd take me and drown me.
Police stations throughout England were advised that Scotland Yard wanted J. Stanley Brown, not merely for questioning, as we would have had to say before his poor shabby wife made her complaint. Now he was wanted for a violation of the Summary Justice Act of 1879, threatening a breach of the King's peace, which is felony. The questioning would come later. Henry Bernard, the pathologist, had left Blackpool and gone to Highgate for the post-mortem on the second bride. I came to the mortuary at his request.
This is my assistant, Miss Littlejohn, Inspector Rockhead.
How do you do, Miss Littlejohn?
know you, sir.
Thank you very much.
I found out something, Inspector. Come over here, please. Dead bodies don't bother you, I hope.
Oh, no.
I've brought the last Mrs. Stanley, called himself at Highgate, didn't they?
Stanley, yes.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's nothing at all I could discover on the one at Blackpool. But this one is much more recent, you see. Little more than a week.
Yes. She must have been quite good-looking.
Puzzles me why girls like this will marry such rascals. I understand he's hideous.
So we hear. Well, what did you find to show me?
Well, I'll get to it in a second. First, though, the bride at Blackpool. She didn't have any epilepsy.
thought you said you couldn't be sure.
I can be sure of one thing. Look, I've had a bathtub brought in here.
Where? Oh, there. Well, what's
now,
that?
Be patient, be patient. This is exactly the same type of bathtub in which the woman at Blackpool was drowned. And by another of those coincidences you're so fond of, also the same as the one at Highgate. I've seen both. Now I'm going to show you something. Miss Littlejohn.
Yes, sir. Oh, I hope that water isn't cold.
You've had it filled?
Of course. Now, Miss Littlejohn, if you'll take off your clothes.
It's all right, Inspector. I've got a bathing suit under my smock. Oh, no, you didn't think...
Take off your shoes, Miss Littlejohn.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Now get in the tub.
I feel most awfully silly.
You'd feel sillier without your bathing suit. Get in, please.
Yes, sir. Oh, I thought you said this was warm.
Sit down.
Oh.
Now, the first reaction in an epileptic seizure is a sudden stiffening of the muscles, especially of the legs. Miss Littlejohn will now stretch out her legs sharply. Observe. If you please, Miss Littlejohn.
Can you like this?
Uh-huh.
There we are.
Well, nothing happened.
Of course. An epileptic would merely prop herself against the foot of the tub, her back resting against the slanted end, and her head out of the water, like Miss Littlejohn. She's wedged in there. But if her legs were relaxed... Show her, Miss Littlejohn.
Here you are, like that.
No, I'll show you something else. Step round here to the end of the tub.
Now, be careful.
Take off your coat. Doesn't matter if your shirt sleeves get wet.
Well, what are you going to do?
You're going to do it. Reach down in the water.
Now, do be careful.
Take hold of Miss Littlejohn's ankles.
Well,
Go on.
Excuse me, Miss Littlejohn.
Now, do be careful now.
Lift her feet out of the tub. Hold her feet up. Hold them up. Hold them up.
But her head is underwater, man.
Of course, old chap, she's drowning. That's the way the young lady over there on the table was murdered. Oh, I say, drop her feet. She is drowning.
I would not recommend that you try that trick with a friend. It took artificial respiration to revive Miss Littlejohn. And when Bernard showed me marks on the ankles of the drowned bride, marks that fingernails would have just fitted into, well, we measured the tiny scars and photographed them for comparison with the fingers of Stanley Brown, should we ever catch him. It was almost exactly 7 weeks later. I had a telephone call from Mrs. James Stanley Brown, the living one. "Please come to my flat at once," she said. "It's of the highest importance." I went there. Mrs. Brown was quite excited.
I'm so glad you've come, Inspector.
What's happened, Mrs. Brown?
Oh, Inspector, I want to withdraw the charge against my husband. Please say I can withdraw it.
Mrs. Brown,
Please say I may. Oh, please.
I'm afraid I'll have to know more about this, Mrs. Brown, before I can answer
Oh,
that.
it's quite simple. We've made up again.
You've what?
Oh, I know, but, we've decided it was so awfully silly for us to be quarreling, and he's promised.
You've seen your husband?
Yes, he came back to me. Oh, we've had such a long talk. We're going to start over again, and...
Whose idea was this?
Why, his, of course. And now I want to cancel a silly charge I laid against him.
It wasn't a silly charge, Mrs. Brown.
So ashamed of myself. I simply must have you drop these charges. They're only a formality anyhow. Oh, we're going to be so happy. Already he's begun to treat me just like a bride, Inspector.
Where is he now, Mrs. Brown?
The dear, great boy.
Where is he, please?
You won't believe it, but he's upstairs right this minute, preparing me an heavenly ball. Just like a bride.
She wept bitterly when I arrested him in the bathroom alongside the inviting full tub, stinking of cheap bath salts for this pathetic last bath. Despite the things he'd done to Marigold Brown, her dreams died hard. But they died when she heard the story of the other brides who had had their baths. Henry Bernard proved the points he'd made to me and Miss Littlejohn. In the face of it all, Stanley Brown confessed. On that day, Marigold Brown stopped weeping and believing in this black-hearted man. He was found guilty, of course, and sentenced to death. He was guilty of the death of 3 women. On the day he was hanged at Wandsworth, Marigold Brown committed suicide. I think there's some good advice in what Superintendent John Davidson told me.
Give the wicked something to flee from, and sometimes they'll flee right into your arms.
You have heard another in the series Whitehall 1212. Research is from Percy Hoskins of the London Daily Express. Among those heard in today's story of Scotland Yard case number 50MR242 were Harvey Hayes, Winston Ross, Horace Braham, Lester Fletcher, Patricia Courtley, and Beulah Garrick. The stories for radio are written and directed by Willis Cooper. The fight against cancer is your fight. You're personally concerned with this disease, for anyone can develop it. And there is something you can do to protect yourself and your family. First, familiarize yourself with the facts about cancer. Interesting, easy-to-understand literature may be obtained from the local unit of your American Cancer Society. Guard your family and strike back against cancer. Mail a generous contribution to Cancer in care of your local post office. This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.
Whitehall 1212.
This is Scotland Yard.
For the first time in history, Scotland Yard opens its official files to bring you the authentic, true stories of some of its most baffling cases.
These are the true stories, the plain, unvarnished facts, just as they occurred, reenacted for you by an all-British cast. Only the names of the participants have, for obvious reasons, been changed. The stories are presented with the full cooperation of Scotland Yard.
Research on Whitehall 1212 is from Percy Hoskins, chief crime reporter of the London Daily Express. The stories for radio are written and directed by Willis Cooper. Now you will hear the voice of Chief Superintendent John Davidson, curator of Scotland Yard's famous Black Museum. Chief Superintendent Davidson will brief you on Scotland Yard case number 604MR804.
Good afternoon. Here in the Black Museum at Scotland Yard, which is neither black nor is it a museum, are kept on file articles of various sorts which have in one way or another been connected with cases of criminal investigation that our people have worked on. Now, we keep these articles not for their morbid interest as weapons that have committed murder, nor because they have been merely involved in various crimes of violence, but as exemplars of methods and means of commission. What has puzzled us on some long-forgotten crime may one day be of assistance to us in solving another. Now, this is a typical example. Though you may not recognize it at once, I can tell you that it's what is left of the handle to a woman's purse, her handbag. It's made of a kind of plastic material similar to that of which artificial teeth are sometimes made. It survived an attempted destruction under most extraordinary conditions and was recognizable as the property of a particular person. Now, here is Superintendent George Freeman of the CID, who was in charge of the case in which it was involved, number 604MR804. George?
I should like to say first, John, that there are certain aspects of this case which I cannot bring myself to discuss in public.
I'm relieved to hear you say that, Superintendent.
There was considerable reference to these things in the sensational press at the time, but I propose to omit all mention of them. I shall confine myself, as far as possible, to how we at Scotland Yard discovered the murderer and assisted in bringing him to justice.
Well, I couldn't agree with you more, George.
There is, however, a happy ending to the story.
A happy ending?
Uh-huh. He was hanged. On an afternoon in 1949, Mrs. Minerva Bannerman, a well-to-do 68-year-old widow, walked out of the Kensington hotel in which she lived. She was never seen again. Woman Police Sergeant Elsie Rice was assigned to investigate. I was present when she made her report.
On inquiry at the hotel, I determined that the last person to have seen Mrs. Bannerman alive was a Mrs. Beatrice Miller, another resident of the hotel.
Did you speak to Mrs. Miller, Sergeant?
I interviewed her, yes, sir. Her conversation was as follows, according to her account. Mrs. Miller, are you going shopping? Mrs. Bannerman, no, I'm going down to Crawley with Mr. Hughes.
Who's Mr. Hughes, Sergeant?
He's a young businessman, an engineer, according to Mrs. Miller, who sometimes shares a table at the hotel dining room with Bannerman.
Have you interviewed this Hughes?
No, sir. He was not at the hotel, and there wasn't anyone who knew his business address. I left a message saying I'd call on him this evening at 8, sir.
Very well, Sergeant.
Thank you, sir.
I turned my attention to other matters of more pressing importance than a report on a missing woman. And Sergeant Rice reported to me the next morning.
I interviewed that Mr. Hughes last night, sir.
Hughes. Oh, yes, that missing woman.
Mrs. Minerva Bannerman, sir.
Uh-huh. Sit down, Sergeant.
Thank you, sir. He stated that he did not meet Mrs. Bannerman.
What's that?
He agreed that he did have an engagement with her, sir. He was to drive her to Crawley, where he had a small manufactory.
What for, did he say?
To look at some fingernails, sir.
Some what?
Some sort of plastic artificial fingernails he'd invented, sir.
By any chance, was she going to invest money in this thing?
He said she was, sir.
Mm-hmm. But they didn't go there, you said?
That's what he said, sir.
When was this?
2 days ago, sir. On Wednesday.
I don't like that investing business, Sergeant. Artificial fingernails. It's absurd, isn't it?
No, sir.
Huh?
Some women wear them, sir. They come in different colors.
Are you serious?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But she didn't show up. Probably got suspicious. He's a suspicious-looking chap, Sergeant? Artificial fingernails.
I didn't like him, sir.
Woman's intuition.
No, sir. He's a little too smooth to suit me. Greasy. Greasy hair, greasy face, revolting little black moustache. I'm sorry, sir.
I suspect the old girl got the same impression you had, Sergeant, and ran out, clutching her investing money to her ample bosom.
She was a small, active woman, sir.
You got her description?
Yes, sir. Wearing a black Persian lamb coat, dark burgundy dress.
A what dress?
Red, sir. Carrying a small handbag with a large plastic handle. Hair white, complexion ruddy, wore false teeth, both upper and lower plates. Jewelry, a gold bracelet, at least 4 rings, 2 of which were set with large diamonds. An old-fashioned watch with gold breastpin in a fleur-de-lis shape.
All right, Sergeant, I'll take your word for it.
Yes, sir.
I'm much more interested in this investment business. We'll find the old lady with such efficient people as you, Sergeant.
Thank you, sir.
But this fellow Hughes, where's his factory? Crawley, you said?
Crawley, yes, sir. Near Horsham, sir. Between here and Brighton.
Yep. Superintendent Freeman here. I want the police station at Horsham. Telephone's a great invention. I keep thinking of that American cinema actor. What's his name? Meach. Hello?
Horsham Police Station, Sergeant Hodge.
Superintendent Freeman, Scotland Yard, Sergeant.
Oh, yes, sir.
Look here. You know a chap named Hughes has a factory of some sort at Crawley?
Know him by eyesight, sir. Very dapper chap. Black hair, small black moustache like Hitler's.
That's the one.
There's a tiny shed. You hardly call it a factory, sir, on Leopold Road in Crawley. Yes, sir. Saw him just the other day, sir.
When was that?
Wednesday, sir. 2 days ago.
You sure of that, Sergeant?
Yes, sir. He was with an elderly lady, sir. A lady in a Persian lamb coat, I think it's called, sir.
Here, give that description to Sergeant Rice. Here, Sergeant.
Yes, sir. Sergeant Rice here. Yes, I'm a sergeant. What? Persian lamb? Yes. Dark red dress? Yes. Red-faced, white hair? Handbag with a big handle? Funny old-fashioned watch?
Let's have the phone, Sergeant.
Wait a sec. Yes, sir.
Where did you see them, Sergeant?
Walking down Leopold Road together, sir, toward this factory of his, sir.
No mistake, Sergeant.
No, sir. No mistake.
Seen him since?
No, sir.
Send a man over to this factory right now and have him stay there till Hughes shows up.
Yes, sir.
I want to see that man, Hughes, at once. Pick him up and let me know when you've got him.
Yes, sir.
Well, Sergeant, I think you're right in not liking Mr. Hughes.
What's up, sir?
Well, for one thing, he's a liar. And second, we'll see. CRO, please. Criminal records up. Yes, I'll wait.
How did that sergeant at Horsham know the description of Mrs. Bannerman's clothing, sir? Was she...
Hello? Who is this speaking? Oh, good morning, Murphy. Superintendent Freeman here. Look, do you have anything on a man named Hughes? What's the rest of his name, Sergeant?
John George, sir. Age about 40.
John George Hughes, at present of Crawley, about 40. Dark hair and moustache. How tall, Sergeant?
About 5'7" or 8, sir.
5'7" or 8. The man said to be an inventor of sorts. Has a factory at Crawley in West Sussex. Could you check quickly for me, please? Good. I'll be here in my office. Thank you. What were you saying, Sergeant Rice?
I was asking how that sergeant at Horsham knew about the clothing Mrs. Bannerman was wearing, sir.
He said... Oh, excuse me. Superintendent Freeman. Yes, Murphy. Oh? What's that number? 86522. Right. Serious sizes. London sessions in 1941. Well, just send the file round to me, will you? Oh, is there a photograph of him in the file? Good. Thank you very much. You recognize him from the photograph, wouldn't you, Sergeant?
Oh, yes, sir. Sir, I was wondering...
Your Mrs. Bannerman was with Hughes at the factory Wednesday afternoon.
That's how that sergeant knew about her clothing, then.
That's right. He saw them together. So your Mr. Hughes is a liar. Now, CRO has a file on Hughes. He got 4 years at Surrey Assizes in 1937 for obtaining money by false pretenses. He was sentenced to 21 months for theft at London sessions in 1941. So he's a thief and a cheat. I'll be interested to see if he can prove he's not a murderer, too. I sent people to the Kensington Hotel where Hughes lived, and which was also the home of the missing Minerva Bannerman. She had not returned. Hughes' room on another floor had not been occupied. I again telephoned the police station at Horsham, which is 4 miles from the village of Crawley, where Hughes had his fingernail factory. He had not been seen at all. The door to the place was still padlocked, they told me. Sergeant Rice came into my office.
Afternoon, sir.
Where have you been, Sergeant?
Communications, sir. I worked up as complete a list as I could of the jewelry Mrs. Bannerman was wearing and had it sent out on the teletype.
All police stations?
All stations, sir, including Horsham.
Don't think you'll get very much from Horsham.
Sir, don't you think it'd be a good idea if I ran down to Horsham and had a look at that factory of Hughes?
Oh, what do you expect to find?
I might find Mrs. Bannerman, sir.
Sergeant Rice, I've never told you what I think of women detective sergeants. Have I?
No, sir.
I think the rank of woman detective sergeant should be abolished.
Yes, sir.
And then I think they all ought to be promoted to chief superintendents, to remind the superintendents to keep their minds on their jobs. Come along, I'll go with you.
It was late afternoon when we arrived at the dingy little factory in Crawley, 40 miles away. Sergeant Hodge from Horsham was waiting for us.
Good evening, sir. Evening. I came straight over here when you telephoned, sir. I let my men go for an early supper, sir. I'll relieve them for a while.
Let's have a look at the place, shall we?
Come along this way, sir.
Not very inviting, is it, Sergeant?
No, Sergeant.
Haven't seen him at all, eh, Hodge?
No sign of him, sir. This is the door, sir. Padlocked, you see, sir.
The only door, Sergeant?
Yes, Sergeant.
Hate to smash that padlock.
How about one of these windows?
They're locked, Sergeant.
Only those two windows?
Yes, sir.
So dusty, I can't see through them.
Careful leaning against that window, Sergeant. You'll break it.
I did break it, didn't I?
Are you hurt, Sergeant Rice? Are you hurt, Elsie?
I broke a fingernail, I think.
I told you not.
I'm so clumsy, Sergeant.
Certainly are.
Well, at least I can see through the window.
Don't cut yourself, Sergeant.
There's something lying on the floor in there.
See who it is.
Give me a boost through here, Sergeant.
That's breaking and entering, Sergeant.
That's going in pursuit of suspected felon, Sergeant. Isn't it, sir?
Exactly.
Give us a boost, Sergeant.
Can you see who it is in there?
Not a body. Looked exactly like one, though.
What is it?
Seems to be some old clothes, suit of rubber things, trousers, coat.
Laboratory clothes, I expect.
Nobody in here, though. Don't see anybody. Floor's hollow, though. Maybe something under there?
I'm coming in. Here, Sergeant Hodge, give me a hand.
Right, sir.
That's good.
Shall I come in, sir?
Come on.
Right, sir.
What's that stuff there in the corner?
Seems to be some kind of large glass bottle.
They're carboys that acid came in, Sergeant. I've seen them before, sir. Be careful, that acid burns, Sergeant.
I've no intention of taking a bath in it, Sergeant.
With the last bath you ever took, Sergeant.
Stop the back chat, both of you.
Why, wasn't... Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Well, I expect we'd better see what's under this floor, Hodge.
Yes, sir.
What's that you're falling over?
Sir. Stirrup pump, sir, like the air raid chaps used to put out fires.
This fellow Hughes in the ARP here, Hodge?
Don't think so, sir.
Probably uses it to transfer the acid from these great bottles to some other place, sir.
I expect. Well, better get to taking up this floor. Any tools around here?
There's a crowbar or something over there by the window, so that do?
Get it.
Where do I start, sir?
Here, I think this board's loose. Let's get it up. Go on.
Just what do you people think you're doing here? I know you, young woman. I know you, Hodge. Who are you, sir?
I'm Superintendent Freeman of Scotland Yard. You are John George Hughes, I take it.
I am, and I'm the bloody owner of this bloody place. I was rather expecting you, sir. As for you, Sergeant Rice, I'll tell you at once, Mrs. Bannerman is not here.
You were with Mrs. Bannerman the last time she was alive, Mr. Hughes.
Where, sir?
Here in this town on Wednesday afternoon.
I was not.
You were seen and recognized.
Well, I can only say that whoever says he saw me with her is mistaken. I was in London.
Are you mistaken, Sergeant Hodge?
No, sir, I am not.
Well, sir, I assure you, Mrs. Bannerman is not here.
You know where she is?
You said she had vanished into thin air. Miss Rice, is that right?
I said she disappeared.
Into thin air, you said. Oh, somebody said. Maybe I said.
Mr. Hughes, I should like you to come up to London with me.
Why?
I should like to have your answers to a few questions.
About Mrs. Bannerman?
Yes.
Well, all I can tell you about Mrs. Bannerman is that you'll not find her here. Or any other place.
Really, I should advise you to come to London and answer my questions, Mr. Hughes.
Will you arrest me if I don't?
Very probably.
On what charge, Superintendent?
Suspicion of murder?
It's possible.
How do you know Mrs. Bannerman was murdered? If you can't find her body.
You're quite a clever man, Mr. Hughes.
And you won't find her body, my good man. There's no corpus delicti.
I'm going to give you a short lesson, Mr. Hughes, in criminal law. The phrase corpus delicti is from the Latin and means the body of the crime, not the body of the victim of the crime at all. If it's proved that Mrs. Bannerman met her death through criminal agency and intent, that one simple fact will be the corpus delicti, whether we ever find Mrs. Bannerman's physical body or not. In that case, anyone remotely connected with the affair is quite likely to find himself in for an unpleasant time.
I'll go to London with you.
Such methods don't always work. They're on the very edge of legality. It's only in a court of law, in a trial after a person has been duly charged with the commission of a crime, that he's required to answer any questions then and under oath. But a prudent man welcomes the opportunity to speak out. His refusal to do so is highly suspicious. Mr. John George Hughes chose to answer freely. It was next morning at Scotland Yard I asked him, among other things, how is it that the constables on duty at your factory did not see you enter the place, Mr. Hughes?
Because I came there directly after my interview with your Miss Rice, before the constables were assigned to watch my factory. I suspected they'd have the police on me, and I didn't want them mucking about in my factory in my absence.
Then you'd been in that place at least 2 days without going out.
Longer than that.
What were you doing?
Oh, various things. Keep them hidden, mostly.
You still maintain that Mrs. Bannerman didn't come to your factory?
Before this occasion, yes. But she always left, Superintendent.
But this time, she didn't.
She didn't come there this time. I told you.
Excuse me. Superintendent Freeman here.
I've got the coat, sir.
Good, Sergeant. Is it hers?
That Mrs. Beatrice Miller, sir, who first told me about Mrs. Bannerman. The last person who saw her at the hotel, remember?
I know.
She identified it as Mrs. Bannerman's.
We'll have to prove it, Sergeant.
Mrs. Miller thinks she can do that, sir.
Very well, carry on. Mr. Hughes, I may as well tell you that a party of CID people are now at your factory in Leopold Road, Crawley, with a search warrant.
Well, they won't find anything.
They've already found something.
Some of my personal property, I suppose. I know they haven't found Mrs. Bannerman.
They found a cleaner's ticket for a Persian lamb fur coat. In your name.
A friend of mine asked me to have it cleaned for her.
What is her name?
Mrs. Diana Thorpe.
Where does she live?
I don't know her address. She's gone to Dover to visit her sister.
Sergeant Rice took the ticket and called for the coat.
Oh, she has no business doing that.
The coat has been identified as Mrs. Bannerman's coat.
That's nonsense.
I'm afraid not, Mr. Hughes.
What else did they find at my place?
What else would they find? More personal belongings?
I'm not going to talk to you anymore.
You're not required to answer any questions, Mr. Hughes.
I've got to rest first.
As you like, sir.
You've tired me out with all these questions. I don't know what I'm saying.
You may go whenever you wish, Mr. Hughes. We'll find you when we need you.
Threatening me, eh?
Making a statement of fact. Now, if you wish to go.
Why don't you arrest me?
If I can uncover enough evidence to justify it, I shall.
Who's that?
Come in. Come in, Sergeant Hogg. You know Mr. Hughes, of course.
Yes, sir. This is Mr. Sturm of Horsham. Superintendent Freeman, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, Mr. Sturm. Come in.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Hughes was just leaving.
Well, I'll wait a minute.
As you prefer, sir. Well, Mr. Stone.
Mr. Stone is a pawnbroker, sir, in Horsham.
This is Mr. Hughes.
Last time I saw him, his name was Whitaker.
You're a liar. Please, Mr. Hughes. And when did you see this gentleman last, Mr.
When he
Stone?
bought this with me for 17 quid.
How interesting. An antique breast watch fastened with a fleur-de-lis clip.
Exactly the same as the one described in the circular sent out from Scotland Yard here as the property of Mrs. Minerva Bannerman.
What have you to say to that, Mr. Hughes?
Well, she was wearing it the day she was with him at Crawley. I saw it, sir.
Mr. Hughes?
I never saw it in my life.
You walked it with me, Miss Bloodywell Whitaker Hughes. Oh, excuse me, sir. For 17 quid of my money.
I said you're a liar.
Be quiet, Hughes.
I'll swear to it, Inspector.
Superintendent.
I'll swear to it, Super.
Jake Sturm, you're a liar.
All I want is my money.
Is your name Jake, Mr. Sturm?
Jacob Aloysius Sturm, yes, sir.
You do remember Mr. Sturm, then, Mr. Hughes?
He bloody well does, he does.
Well, then, Sergeant Hodge, did you find anything else there at the factory? Would you like to go now, Mr. Hughes?
What did you find?
Well, sir.
What'd you find?
Tell him, Sergeant.
Found this, sir.
What is it?
Was it? Part of a handle, it looks like.
That's what it is. Excuse me, sir. Off a lady's handbag. And it's all kind of melted like. Heat wouldn't do that, sir.
Acid would do it, wouldn't it, Mr. Hughes?
Then that's what's happened to these two, sir, see? False teeth I found in the same place, sir.
Now, I wonder whose they are, Mr. Hughes.
I don't know anything about them.
I wish Sergeant Rice were here.
Why, sir?
I'd just like her to take them to Mrs. Bannerman's dentist, whose name she knows, and see if he can identify them. You see, Mr. Hughes, teeth can rarely be destroyed by anything. Fire, acid. Who can that be, do you suppose? Come in.
Oh, excuse me, sir.
Come in, Sergeant Rice.
Oh, thank you, sir. Sergeant Hodge, I saw Dr. Finch in the forensic laboratory as I came in. He asked me to give these things to you.
Thank you, Sergeant.
What are they?
What did the doctor say they are, Sergeant?
He said they're fragments of human bone. This one's from a bone of the foot. This one's probably part of a vertebrae. And the others I don't remember.
What's happened to them?
They were found in that spot behind the place at Crawley, sir, where I found the false teeth and the purse handle. They've all been partly destroyed by acid.
Well, Mr. Hughes, it seems we do have a corpus delicti.
What are you going to do about it?
Sergeant Rice is going to do it, Mr. Hughes. You found him first, Sergeant. Go ahead.
John George Hughes, I arrest you on charge of willful murder. I warn you that anything you say will be taken down in writing and may be used in evidence.
What do you find amusing, Hughes?
I'm just thinking. All the trouble and expense everybody's going to be put to. And when it's all over, I'll be sent to a nice, comfortable loony bin, where I'll spend the rest of my life in comfort.
I may venture to disagree with you, Hughes.
Nobody in the world would believe a man in his right mind would do what I've done, Superintendent.
You've been warned, Hughes.
All right. I'll make sure they believe I'm crazy. Old Bannerman wasn't the first one I've dealt with this way. She was the fourth. And I didn't get enough money out of all four to make it murder for profit. I'm crazy, I tell you. Crazy. And let the jury read that from your notes, Sergeant Miss Nasty Rice. I just the ex-Miss Bannerman on the back of her scar, just like I did the others. A man and his wife and a young boy. And I didn't get 30 quid out of the whole lot. And I'll tell you what I did with them all. You saw all that acid when you were snooping in my factory. But perhaps you can think of what happens to a human body when it's dumped into a 40-gallon vat of it. Soup. That's all. Nasty, yellow soup.
And a few pieces of bone and a set of false teeth and this handle that can be identified.
And that Persian lamb coat that I sent out to have the bloodstains cleaned off it. And nothing left of them all, except what was left in the acid when I poured it out. Think I won't be sent to Broadmoor instead of the hangman? Oh, let me tell you what else I did. After I'd killed each one. Before I shoved them in the acid bath.
No. No, I will not allow you to hear that. If you're morbid enough to want to know what Hughes did with his victims before he placed them in the acid bath to dissolve, you'll have to write me a letter asking about it. I may reply. The jury believed the alienist who testified that John George Hughes was perfectly sane. They also believed his confession of horrible murder. The verdict was guilty. He was sentenced to death. His appeal was denied, and he was hanged at Wandsworth 41 days after he had foully murdered his last victim.
You have heard another in the series Whitehall 1212, compiled from the official files of Scotland Yard. Research is by Percy Hoskins. Among those heard today were Horace Brame, Harvey Hayes, Joe Huntley Wright, Lester Fletcher, Guy Spall, and Gordon Stern. These stories for radio are written and directed by Willis Cooper. Throughout America, 3 million young women and girls of all races and creeds will join in the celebration of National YWCA Week, April 20th through April 26th. To these young women, the blue triangle, symbol of the YWCA, the symbol standing for body, mind, and spirit, means enrichment of their lives and a goal to build toward the future. Through the YWCA, young women gain friendships, gain confidence in themselves, take part in worldwide fellowship, and become informed citizens. This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.